Back out on the river today. The river has dropped a good bit since I was here a few days ago, but it's getting ready to start a steady rise, so all this will be submerged here shortly. Anyway, I have the camera on because I have just gotten my first good signal of the morning, coming in at in the 60s, upper 60s and low 70s. So let's see what we got. See if it's out of the hole. Still in there. There, I see it right here. It's going to be a 3-ringer. Looks like a fire. Have a good solid but narrow hit here. So let's see what it is. And that good solid but narrow hit was nothing but a shallow buckshot. There's a lot of old china and old glass in the ground in this area. Also a lot of iron. Probably should have my AT Pro with a small coil rather than my T2 for this type of hunting. But anyway, I was getting a good strong signal, reading 65 clearly, and got out the pinpointer because it didn't sound deep, and it wasn't. It's turned out to be this piece of brass, I guess, jewelry. Looks like maybe some kind of a hairpin or something like that. I don't know. Okay, this is reading solid nickel all the way. Obviously very shallow, so I got out the pinpointer and right in here. So let's see what we got. And there's what we got. Looks like just a big flat piece of melted lead. Alright, this target's reading the solid 74. I'm in an area that I've never really found anything of any age, so I'm really not anticipating this being much good. But I am wrong. It is a round ball, so bears further looking. This target's coming in at a solid 77, indicated about 4 inches deep, so maybe it's something good. Just check and see if it's out of the hole, and it's not. Okay, we got it out of the hole. Let's see what we got. It's in my hand. glass a penny. That's about all I know about it at this point. Let me clean this thing off and we'll take a look at it. Okay, it is an Indian head penny, and it looks like the date to me is 1892. Got some incrustation on it. Have to clean it off when I get home, and hopefully we'll have better detail. Looks like it should be good and solid with good detail. As I said, it looks like 1892 to me. Okay, next up was really giving me a crummy reading, but good enough to dig. And it's some sort of little stud, not a flat button. It's a stud of some sort. Okay, this one's coming in loud and clear in the mid-70s, and it's shallow enough that I can get it with the pin pointer. So, let's see what we got. Shut up. Alright, it's out. I can get this thing back on it. Okay, got it in my hand. I think it's going to be a flat button. Yep. That's what it is. It's a flat button. Fairly big one. Shank's still on it. Getting a good strong signal on the edge of the water here. Let's see if we can find out what it is. Still there. Should be pretty close to it here. See if I can reach in and find out what it is. And I've got it. It's a round ball. Okay, whatever this is, the signal's bounced around on me a good bit. In the hole it was, before I dug it, was reading a good mid-70s solid reading. Now it's out of the hole and it's reading in the low to mid-60s. So let's see what we've got. Here it is in this clump. All right. Okay, it's in my hand. And let's see. Probably it. It's going to be a modern bullet, it looks like. Yep, that's what it is, unfortunately. Okay, I'm getting ready to climb the bluffs and head for home, so unless I come across a find while hunting on my way out, this will be it until I do a roundup. Few interesting finds, but again today nothing earth-shaking, but it's been fun being out here. Well,
First let me start off by apologizing for the quality, or rather the shakiness of the last segment of my video on the river. I was whipped after only about 2.5 hours of hunting. It's very hot down by the river, and I was anticipating the long climb up the bluffs back to my truck. At any rate, didn't find a whole lot, enough to keep the time that I spent on the river interesting and fun. The Indian head penny did prove to be an 1882 penny. The front is kind of rough. Too bad the front didn't come out like the back did, nice and smooth and in good shape. Otherwise, I got a couple of round balls. One fired 3-ringer, flat button, bent over shank on the back of it. Some sort of piece of jewelry. I assume this to be some kind of hair ornamentation made of brass. Other little odds and ends. This, I think, is something we come up with frequently, and that's a overall button. Otherwise, usual pieces of brass, bullet casing, that kind of stuff. Lots of iron in the ground there. I think next time I go back in there, which may be some time because the river's on a rapid rise right now, I'll take the AT Pro with the small coil to try to hunt amongst all the square nails and other iron debris that is down by the river. See if I can pull something out of it.